All right, let's talk government contracts. Winning one might seem like a golden ticket, but it's not that simple. Hi, I'm Pamela Miner. When you bag that government contract, you're essentially becoming the world's most reluctant lender. You're fronting Uncle Sam the money because you have to actually do the work before you see a dime. You're paying for materials, staff, and more, all while waiting for the wheels of bureaucracy to grind and spit out your payment. This payment delay can be a real kick in the trousers to your cash flow. So let's dive into the ways you can keep your business afloat while waiting for those sweet, sweet government funds. First up, we have the self-funding option. If your business is flush with cash reserves, you might consider dipping into your own treasure chest to cover the upfront costs. But hold your horses. Tying up a large chunk of your capital in a government contract can leave you high and dry for other opportunities. It's like using all the wood in your fireplace to cook one giant marshmallow. Diversifying your funding sources is key. Don't put all your eggs in one government-issued basket. Next, we have the old faithful of business financing, bank loans. This is where you march into your local bank and try to convince them to part with their precious dollars. Banks want to see a solid credit history, a business plan, and enough collateral. If you can stomach the paperwork and scrutiny, a bank loan can provide you with the working capital you need. Just remember, with great loans comes great responsibility and interest rates. Now, let's say traditional bank loans aren't your jam. Maybe you have a credit score that looks like it went through the washing machine, or you just hate paperwork. Well, have I got an option for you? Invoice factoring. You hand over your invoice to the factoring company at a discount. They give you cash on the spot, and then they wait for the government to pay. While it can be a lifesaver if you need cash quickly, make sure you understand the fees involved and factor them into your costs. Let's move on to SBA loans. These loans are specifically designed to help small businesses, like those doing business with the government. SBA loans often come with more favorable terms than traditional bank loans, like lower interest rates and longer repayment periods. Of course, this being the government, there's a catch. SBA loans come with their own set of hoops to jump through and paperwork to file. So, while it might be a good option, don't expect the money to appear in your account overnight. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, there's always the option of crowdfunding or finding investors. This is where you put on your best pitch face and try to convince complete strangers or your wealthy uncle to give you money. With crowdfunding, you need a compelling story and a killer video. Investors, on the other hand, want to see a return on their investment and ask tough questions. If you can convince them to buy into your dream, it can be a great way to secure funding. Finally, we come to purchase order financing. This is where a lender looks at your government contract and says, here's some money to fulfill that order. They're going to charge you for the privilege, usually in the form of fees or interest. But if it means you can get that government contract rolling without selling your house, it might be worth considering. Just be sure to shop around and compare rates because there are sharks in the water. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of funding your government contract. It's not as simple as winning the contract and watching the money roll in. There are forms to fill out, hoops to jump through, and decisions to be made. But with a little planning, research, and maybe a stiff drink, you can navigate this financial maze and come out on top. Good luck, Godspeed, and may your bank account always be overflowing.